Hello everyone, and welcome back to our daily Clues by Sam. It is Wednesday and we have a tricky one already. Let's see how hard it is on the weekend for me to get a puzzle actually perfect. If we do get a brutal one, it will be very interesting. But if you're new here and you don't know what Clues by Sam is, it is a daily puzzle that grows in difficulty along the week, and there are 20 people in it. Each of them is either a criminal or an innocent, and they might give you clues to help you with the solve. Nobody lies, not even the criminals, and you can play via the link in the description. I will be explaining my logic and hopefully getting a good game today so we can have some fun together. Let's see how this goes. We start with Katie telling us that Laura is one of Igor's 3 innocent neighbors. So Laura is an innocent. Igor has 8 people neighboring him. 3 of them only are innocent, so 5 criminals, and we keep that in mind. Laura says that only one of the 4 criminals neighboring Dana is above Ryan. Ooh. Above Ryan, there's only one person neighboring Dana. So that person has to be the one criminal. But we also know from this that there's 4 criminals neighboring Dana, and Dana has 5 neighbors only, so 1 innocent. And that 1 innocent is gonna be shared with Igor, so let's say that that's Betty. But Igor has 3 innocents, so Dana could be one of them. So we can't do anything with that yet. Igor says that exactly 3 innocents in row 3 have an innocent directly below them. So now we know that there has to be 3 innocents in row 3. At least one of them is Laura already. But we're gonna have to have another 2. Now we get an interesting point, because could both Nick and Oscar be innocents in row 3? No, they can't. And why can't they? Because if we know that Dana shares an innocent with Igor, then somebody who is not in row 3 that neighbors Igor is gonna have to be an innocent. And if both Nick and Oscar, who neighbor Igor, are also innocents, counting Laura in makes Igor have too many innocents. We know that his total of innocents is 3. So no, Nick and Oscar are not both innocents, but one of them for sure is, so we can have a total of 3 in row 3. And the third one, the first one is Laura, the third one has to be Paula. She doesn't give us a new clue. Damn. But we know that since all 3 innocents in row 3 have innocents below them, that makes Kita and Paula also innocents. So we can have this clue be abided by. And we gotta remember that whomever is below the innocent here when we reveal them is also gonna be an innocent. But we could have both Ryan and Susan be innocents. Like, if both of them are innocents, we will still have 3 innocents in row 3 with innocents below them. We'll just have 1 criminal who also has an innocent below them. So the clue doesn't tell us information that is not related to it. It doesn't make any sense, but I'm sure if you think about it, it makes sense. Tom now says that row 5 is the only row with exactly 2 innocents. So we couldn't have, first of all, Igor's 3rd innocent neighbor be either Henry or Julie. And why would that be? Let's say that Julie is Igor's 3rd and last innocent neighbor. That would make Henry a criminal, right? And now we have row 2 with 2 innocents. But Tom just said that row 5 is the only row with 2 innocents. So we know now for sure that Igor's 3rd innocent neighbor is neither Julie or Henry. Not any new clues right now. But we know that Dana and Igor have shared an innocent, so either Betty or Asha are gonna be the innocent and Dana is not. And since we know that row 1 could also not have 2 innocents, Gabe has to be a criminal as well. Okay, so that's a lot of people being revealed at once. And we don't need Tom's clue anymore, do we? I'm gonna leave that there just to remind me of row 5. Dana says that Julie has exactly 4 criminal neighbors, so where's Julie? Julie so far has 3 criminal neighbors, and she shares Nick and Oscar with Igor, both of which, or each of which is one an innocent and the other one a criminal. So Julie's 4 criminal neighbors are already accounted for, and Asha could not be one of them. Now Asha was opposite with Betty, so we make her a criminal. And she doesn't give us a new clue, but we don't need Dana's anymore. Asha says that Ziad is one of Susan's 4 criminal neighbors. Susan has 8 neighbors. 2 here are Incens. She's gonna have a 3rd Incen in row 3, shared with Igor, so she needs only 1 more around here. Vance now says that, Ziad says that Vance has exactly 2 criminal neighbors. So Vance needs 2 criminal neighbors because he doesn't have any so far, and he only has 2 people left, so both of those have to be criminals. And now we know from our previous clue from Igor's clue about row 3, we know that if Oscar were to be an Incen now, or if Oscar were to be a criminal now, then there would be no way for us to have 3 Incens in row 3 with Incens below them, because our 3rd Incen would have Ryan below them, and Ryan is a criminal. So we need Oscar to be an Incen, and we need Susan to be an Incen as well. So we can make that clue true. Now, we knew also that row 5 has 2 Incens, so we know that both Vance and Xena are Incens. Okay, so there was a lot of young people slang, was it? In the flavor text today? Very weird. And yeah, I felt this wasn't tricky at all, but I do imagine that if you're not really used to coming back to clues that you haven't used before, or that you've used partially and then you gotta come back to kind of be reminded of the rest, it can be tricky indeed. So I hope it could help you with that, and I'll leave you guys here for today. I'll be back tomorrow with more Clues by Sam. Bye bye.